Okay, so today we're going to teach you guys how to change a tire, and today we're going to be using this truck and wheel. And on this wheel, I just put this on here, but so on original lug nuts, they just look like just this end piece here. But these ones were put on after, and they're kind of like a wheel lock. So in order to take them off, you have to have like this is like the key for it. So once you put that on, then it's just an original lug nut, and you can just use any tool that fits it to take off the rim. So is what we want to do is first we're going to loosen up the wheel, loosen up the lug nuts before we put the jack underneath it to lift it up, because if we put the jack under and then we try to do it, you're just going to spend a lot of time spinning the tire trying to break it loose. But if you do it while it's on the ground and can't move, it's a lot easier to break the torque on it, so that way it'll loosen it. So what we want to do is we want to find the end that fits it, which is this one. And you just want to loosen it on all of them. Alright guys, so now we're gonna place the jack underneath. So when you come under the car, you're gonna want to place it on your arm and not on the frame, otherwise your suspension will compress or decompress and it'll take a lot more to get it up. So you put it there, and then make sure it's facing the right way, and put in your jack lever and start picking it up, and then you can probably stop. So now we have it just about off the ground. You don't need it very far off. So now that it's up and off, you can take your key or your lug nut and spin them the rest of the way off. All right, now that we have all the lug nuts off, you're gonna want to set them aside in a place you're not gonna lose one of them if you're on the side of the road especially. And then you can just pull off your flat tire, and then this is where you would have dropped your spare from the back. We'll show you how to do that in a little bit. And then you can just come up to it, and my favorite way is to just sit down like this and line up your lugs and your holes and set it. So now with it still up in the air, you'll just take your lugs and put them on just hand tight. So we're going to show you guys next how to drop the jack, because now that we have these on finger tight, I mean this can spin obviously because it's up off the ground, but if we were to try to tighten it with the star, we would just sit there and just waste time spinning the tire. So it's better to drop it on the ground, that way it's on it's not going to move. So with this piece, if you take it apart, there's one end on it that on the jack there's like a little piece you stick it on. You can just turn it to loosen it and tighten it, and then if you loosen it, maybe it'll just drop it just like that. Then you can pull this out, and now we can again with the key and the star tighten them all the way, that way your wheel's not going to fall off or wobble driving down the road. And then if you do have a spare on, I mean this one's not the spare, it's the original, but normally the spare is more of like what's called a donut tire, which with those you can't necessarily drive as fast or as far, but with this one it's fine because we're just showing how to change it. So we'll just tighten them up all the way, and then show you guys how to drop the tire from the spare of a pickup, which is going to be different on a car. It's usually just in the trunk, but we'll show you guys how to do that. So when you're doing your final tightening on your lug nuts, I just did this one. You kind of want to go to star pattern. So where I just did this one, I'll go straight across from the one I previously did, and then tighten that.
and then I'll want to skip one and go above, tighten this one, and continue the process. Just keep going across from the previous slug that you tightened.
So we're gonna show you. So in this truck, underneath here, you can see the spare tire that would be like, let's say I have a flat tire on the side of the road. This would be what you take off. So it comes with these 3 components. After you connect them all, there's like this little compartment here. You just open it in the back of the truck, and then these all go in kind of at an angle. You just have to figure out where it's at. Okay, so once you have this in all the way and connected, this piece here has like a little square you can just put this through. Maybe it only goes one way. Then you'll just loosen it like this, and then as you loosen it, the spare tire underneath will slowly just drop. And then once you get it out, you can just take it off, put it on your pickup, throw the original in the back, go get it fixed, whatever. And that's the process of changing the tire.